What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another full card prediction. This is for UFC 296, Covington versus Edwards. So you know it's a pay-per-view, so Mr. Pay-Per-View is going to show up big time. Man, this is going to be a super fun card. It's like the welterweight Olympics, man. We got 6 of the top 10 welterweights in the world fighting on this card. We got the championship fight. We got Shavkat versus Wonderboy. We got Luque versus Ian Garry. That's 6 of the best welterweights in the world. So we're going to know a lot about the welterweight division when Saturday night's over. Then we get Pantoja versus Royval 2. That fight's going to be amazing, man. I can't even wait to break that down. This is going to be like a quick picks episode because your boy's been working like between my hour drive to and from work each an hour and then working. It's been like 14-hour days. So I apologize if I've missed any messages, if I haven't like been participating in a bunch of stuff like on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, all that. I literally just work, and I can't get on my phone at work. That's the worst thing. Like I can't get on my phone. I'm constantly working. So but everybody, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment to this video. Help my algorithm out. Help me get some more views and stuff like that. I have the Layer Cake Patreon. It's $10 a month. That's going to get you all my early bets. It's going to get you my 10 best bets in order of confidence each week. It's going to get you the Layer Cake Parlay. My Layer Cake Parlay hit last week, but it just evened out. But yeah, man, I beat so much. Just the line movement beating on my Layer Cake Patreon's crazy. Like we had Leon Edwards at -125. He's like -165 now. We have Ian Garry in a parlay at -235. So we were able to parlay with him and Shavkat and got him at -500. So we were able to get that at like -140. So it's still parlayable with just 2 guys. But ton of extra content in there, extra giveaways, all kinds of stuff in the Layer Cake Patreon. But the Layer Cake Discord is where everybody hangs out. It's its own community, man. You got people giving stock tips, NFL, basketball, all kinds of tips, man. And it's live on fight night. So that link's going to be in the description. The Layer Cake Patreon link's going to be in the description. My Underdog Fantasy, man, this thing is awesome. You can go on Underdog Fantasy and you can do pick'ems for MMA, which is what I like to do. You can do NFL, basketball, all that stuff. But with the pick'ems MMA, you're going to be picking like higher or lower on strikes, significant strikes, takedowns, finishes, all different kinds of cool stuff. I play it every single week. It's fun. The link will be in the description for Underdog Fantasy. And if you go there and you use my link to go there, you'll get a 100% sign up bonus up to $100. And I got 30 people signed up. I need 20 more. And I'm doing this giveaway this Saturday. You have to be signed up by this Saturday. And no matter how many people, I got 30 right now, no matter how many's in it, even if it's only 35, you're still going to get a chance at these 4 cards. It's $500 to $700 worth of cards cash. Like they actually probably are worth like $1,500 or something. But Tom Aspinall, autograph rookie out of 99. Cyril Gahn, graded autograph rookie, mint 9. Umar Nurmagomedov, silver prism rookie, mint 9. And my baby, Shavkat Rakhmonov, prism rookie, that's graded 9, and it's numbered to 299. This is the bad card, and Shavkat's going to kill it this weekend. So if you want a chance to win these, just hit the description, hit the link, go there. It's the promo code Blood Money. It should already pop up. Make a deposit and then send me a photo of this, a screenshot of just the deposit where you got your bonus and that. Send it to me on Instagram or Twitter, and then you'll be entered into the contest where you'll have a 1 in 50 chance to win, $1,000 worth of cards. So I appreciate everybody that's already signed up, the people that signed up before they even knew there was a contest. So shout out to all you guys, everybody that helps support the channel in any way, likes, comments, Patreon, whatever, all this, I appreciate it. Last but not least, Face Meet Fist, man. Shout out to the Hobby Masters. It's owned by Face Meet Fist by my boy, Dr. Andrew Sorowitz. And look at this shirt, man. It's got the freaking Tales from the Crypt and all that on it. But Hobby Masters is where he does all his card stuff, box breaks. And, dude, he's got some of the craziest UFC cards you're going to find. But he also has facemeetfist.com and then Face Meet Fist on Instagram, which I'll put the links in. And that's where you can find all the Face Meet Fist gear. And I got some good news, man. I'm opening a merchandise store on Face Meet Fist. So you can go there. Blood Money's got a whole new logo. I got all kinds of stuff, and it's going to be on everything. You could get Blood Money t-shirts, sweatshirts, slides, whatever you want. And you don't have to I won't have to make it, ship it to you, all that. You can just go there, order whatever you want with the Blood Money stuff on it, and it'll get shipped right to you, and it's going to be super easy. And it's going to be awesome to have a merchandise store. You know me, I've been talking about making shirts and doing all that stuff for a long time. Johnny K Picks is going to have one. We're going to do some Defend Your Unit shirts. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff. So I appreciate anybody that wants to check that out. And if anybody else that does content or anything wants to open up a merchandise store, let me know. Get a hold of me on Instagram or Twitter, and I can help you get that worked out. And it's awesome. It literally takes all the stress and all the everything. You don't have to go buy like $2,000 worth of shirts, cups, this, that, and then worry about selling them. They're just there. People come there and pick them up. That's cool. But yeah, it's super awesome. So I really appreciate Dr. Andrew Sorowitz for hooking us up and showing us some really cool stuff and putting us on with some really cool stuff. All right. Let's get into one of the best cards of the year and the last card of the year. I'm going to do some shows on the off time. You know, I'll hop on, maybe watch like an old Pride or something and just break it down and just have a good time, talk with people. Everybody else that has UFC Fight Pass can put it on too. A bunch of different stuff. And then on my Patreon, I'm going to be breaking down these UFCs. Like I'm going to get a lot of tape study in, and I'm going to get the earliest bets as soon as they come out, as I always do. And we're going to kill that. So everybody on the Patreon, be looking out for that. All right, let's get into first off, we're going to do a recap of UFC Vegas 83. Man, it was another bad night. You know, I bet on people to use a game plan, and they didn't, and that was my bad on my bets. So I went 2-3 for minus 3.5 units. Was not my best night. Let's see, my two winning bets, I had Song Yadong, which was supposed to be parlayed with Alan Nascimento. That fell off because I lose every single parlay. And something falls off. Like I lost 2 or 3 bets on the last 6 cards. So these, when you see these 5 bets, these are actually my bets like 3 through 7, 3 through 8. But yeah, man, Ross, I had the Song Yadong, which he dominated, plus 1.05 units on that. Second winning bet was Ross First Park over 1.5. Told everybody it was going over. That was super easy. That was sweaty, man. I think I turned 76 after that fight, man. But yeah, it went over. I was super happy. Plus 3.4 units on that. 3 losing bets, man. And I just been making mistakes, you know, a little bit. I took Anthony Smith at plus 205. So I lost 2.3 units on him, and I thought for sure he was going to at least try to wrestle, but he never even tried to wrestle, you know. So he got beat up, he got knocked out. That's what happens. It is what it is. You got to at least try to, like, you know, take the easiest path to victory, or a path to victory. But he didn't, and he got starched for it. Song Kanan, man, just couldn't get it going. You know, just he's good. He's big, man. He's big and long. So yeah, Song Kadong minus 2.5 units there. Never really had a shot. And then the Edgar fight doesn't go, man. I didn't see. I thought these girls were going to get it. One of them was going to be able to get it to the ground. And from there, I thought one of them would get some jiu-jitsu, ground and pound, and all that going. And lo and behold, they could not get it to the ground. Judo canceled out. So minus 3.15 units on that. So, yeah, man, that brings my official bet record. My overall bet record is 299 and 216 for plus 106.55 units. And my 2023 record, even after this losing week, is 117 and 95 for plus 29.25 units. Still a big year, still a good year. I feel like this was one of the like harder years, harder years of MMA betting. I've been betting MMA for 4 or 5 years of just strictly betting MMA without any football or any of that stuff. And yeah, this is one of the harder years, but it is what it is, man. We'll be back though. So yeah, Mr. Pay-Per-View is going to come through big on this pay-per-view. Like I said, I'm going to make this like a little kind of quick pick because, man, I got to go. I should be in bed sleeping in 40 minutes laying down, starting to go to bed. And I still got to tape this, film it, edit, not even edit. I just got to add the intro and all that stuff. But dude, that timestamp and that all takes like 30, 40, 50 minutes just to do all that stuff. But it is what it is, man. We're going to win some money. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to get some really good information in here. So as we know, my fights are always out of order. They added this one on late, and I started doing my stuff early. So let me see here. We are going to start with the first fight is going to be Josh Emmitt versus Bryce Mitchell, just because I don't want to skip it. So Josh Emmitt is 18-4, currently sitting at plus 190. He's 5'6" with the 70-inch reach, 38 years old. Bryce Mitchell is 16-1, currently sitting at minus 220. 29 years old, 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. So you see Bryce Mitchell is 4 inches taller. They both have the same reach, and Bryce Mitchell is almost 10 years younger. Yeah, man. So this is going to be a good fight. I go back and forth on this fight. I'm not all that confident on this, but I'm going to take Bryce Mitchell by sub. I'm going to say that in my mind, this is going to look a lot like Brady versus Calvin Gastelum, and I'm not going to fall for that again, where I thought that Gastelum was going to be able to keep the fight standing and that he was going to be able to beat him up from there. But Josh Emmitt, he is. I tried to look back and find where he fought a wrestler, and he has not fought anybody else. He's a wrestler himself, but he hasn't fought anybody else that's a wrestler where I could go get a serious look at it. But I just don't think that. I think that Bryce Mitchell taking down like Dan Ige, he's going to be able to get some takedowns on Josh Emmitt. And I don't think Josh Emmitt's jiu-jitsu is going to be as good as high level as Dan Ige. We know Dan Ige is very hard to submit, and Bryce Mitchell had him in a couple really bad spots. So I think he gets Josh Emmitt in them same bad spots, man. I think he's going to be able to get him out of there. But if they stay on the feet, Josh Emmitt could knock Bryce Mitchell's head off with the first punch that he lands. So it's a very risky fight. I'm going to end up staying away from it. I would probably look at the under on this fight. But yeah, man, give me Bryce Mitchell, but not confident. He could easily get knocked out. Next fight is in the men's lightweight division or featherweight division. We got Andre Fili versus Lucas Almeida. And man, is this going to be a banger. You got two guys. One likes to kickbox. One likes to do some Muay Thai. Andre Fili's 22-10, currently sitting at -180, 33 years old, 5'11" with a 74-inch reach. Lucas Almeida is 14-2, 32 years old, 5'11" with a 71-inch reach. So you see Fili's going to have 3 inches of reach on him, but everything else is pretty much the same, including age and everything. So this is a crazy fight. This is and just a pure striking fight match. I would actually kind of favor Almeida just because I think he has more power. He has KO power in both hands. He throws hard kicks. He throws hard knees. His Muay Thai is on point. But Andre Fili, as long as he don't get knocked out, he's going to make that close, keep it real interesting. They're both going to hit each other with some big shots. But I just got to take Fili for the fact that I think that, he's more well-rounded and he can definitely mix some wrestling. And you've seen, I went back, like you watch him take down Bill Algeo, take his back. That's not easy to do. Bill Algeo is a high-level black belt, not high level, but he's not getting choked out by anybody or even usually held down. So if Andre Fili can hold down Bill Algeo for a whole round, basically, he can definitely do that to Lucas Almeida. So if the striking gets crazy, Andre Fili can lean on that wrestling. But I'm not going to bet on him and say that he's going to do that. It's like Anthony Smith. Like Andre Fili's a striker with some wrestling, and he's fighting another striker. So just like the Brady Gastelum reference, like this could be the same thing where Andre Fili, we're like, he's going to mix in team alpha male wrestling and all this, but the dude's a striker, and these dudes are going to go out and strike. And I'm picking Andre Fili, but I won't be surprised if he gets Andre Brito, man. There's a lot of big favorites and stuff on this card, and I'm just not that high on him, to be honest. Next fight is in the men's heavyweight division. We got Shamil Gaziev versus Martin Buday. Shamil is 11-0. Excuse me. He's currently sitting at +115, 33 years old, 6'4" with a 78-inch reach. Martin Buday is 13-1, currently sitting at -135, 32 years old, 6'4" with a 77-inch reach. So you see Gaziev, he was a big underdog, +155, and that's what me and the Patreon got him at +155. I like Gaziev in this fight, man. He's 11-0. Martin Buday is 13-1. Neither one of them's got the best wins in the world, but they both got a little bit of quality wins on their record. If you go look at Shamil, man, he had a nice fight with another undefeated Russian kickboxer that's very tough, and he's still won 3 fights since then. I believe he's like 14-1 now. And he went 3 hard rounds with that guy and had to hold him down and then had to hold his own in the standing and did good, man. And then you see him knock out Darko Stosic, where he got dropped, and then he comes back and ends up knocking him out, which Stosic ain't that bad. Buday, man, I'm just not impressed with him. Like anywhere, like if you watch him in any fights where he's striking, Lucas Bresky's piecing him up, Chris Barnett's hitting him from the outside. You're like, grab him, clench him against the cage, and that's literally all this guy has. Is he grabs you, holds you against the cage, throws some knees. If you're Josh Parisian, you're terrible. He's going to take you down. He's going to sub you. But everybody else, he just holds against the cage. And they're all littler than him. He's kind of like a big bully. This guy, he's got pretty good jiu-jitsu in that, but his striking is not good. And I don't think his grappling is that good. Jake Collier took him down in the first round, got some control time, was beating, had his back, was beating him up. Gaziev, I think, has better striking. I think he has way more power in his hands. He's a big dude too. And then he's got the wrestling advantage. So give me Gaziev, man. I think that even if he does slow down a little bit, he fights through it. Like I said, in his 3-round split decision win, which I thought he won every single round. You can go watch the fight. I think he won every single round. But even in that win, he gets tired, but he fights through it. He goes 3 hard rounds, you know, and Buday, he gets tired too. He got slowed down the whole second round against Jake Collier, got beat up in the first round by Collier, had a close second round, and then won it in the third. But I like Gaziev here, man. He used to train with Khabib's dad. Khabib's dad handpicked him out to train. He gets a lot of respect from the people in Dagestan, Ankalaev, all them dudes. So, man, give me Gaziev as a big underdog. I'm not impressed with Buday anywhere. I bet on him a lot, and every time you're like, man, just grab him and clinch. And then when you see him, Lucas Bresky piece him up. If Shamil can just keep this standing at range, which he should have good enough cage control grappling to stay off the cage, and he's a big dude, he should be able to pick Buday apart just like Bretsky was. Terrible. Next fight is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Cody Garbrant versus Brian Boom Kelleher. Cody Garbrant is 13-5, currently sitting at -205. He's 32 years old, 5'8" with the 65.5-inch reach. Kelleher is 24-14. He's currently sitting at +180. 37 years old, 5'6" with the 64-inch reach. So you see Cody Garbrant's 2 inches taller, 1.5 inches of reach, and 5 years younger. And I'm going with Cody Garbrant. This is an easy, very, very easy pick. Cody Garbrant is better at MMA everywhere than Brian Boom Kelleher. He's got better striking. He's got better footwork. He's got better speed. He's got better kicks. He's got better wrestling. His jiu-jitsu is fine. Like, he's a way better athlete. He's younger, everything about him. I know everybody likes to say Cody Garbrant's chinny, but the crazy thing is, if you actually go look at him, he's only been knocked out one time in 5 years, and that was by Kai Kara France. Like, he knocked out a Sun Sao in 2020, went 5 rounds with Rob Font, who hits way harder than Boom Kelleher. He took them hits and was fine. Did get knocked out by Kara France, but he dropped down in weight. That was stupid. And then he comes back against Trevin Jones, didn't get knocked out. So the last time got knocked out one time in 2021, but before that was 2019. So you're talking almost 5 years ago was when he was getting knocked out. He's been fighting a little smarter, and he's been taking damage a little better, you know. I think he's better everywhere, and I think he beats up Brian Kelleher. I think that he could even get Kelleher out of there. I follow Kelleher on Instagram. He had a major neck surgery where he had his spine fused about like 7 months ago. So you're going to be waiting a while to get that back to regular, and then just to be in actual fight shape. Yeah, the UFC's given this to Cody Garbrant. This is a layup for him, and he's going to win. Boom Kelleher has only got 1 knockout in like 7 years. I forgot to mention that too. He knocked out Hunter Azure, and before that, you know, he hadn't had a knockout since Damon Stasiak in 2017. So he's got 1 knockout in almost 7 years. So he's just, that's not his style. You know what I mean? He might catch you in a little guillotine or something like that, but other than that, it's just not his style. I got Cody Garbrant all day. Way better every single place. Next fight is in the men's light heavyweight division. This is going to be a banger. We got Alonzo Menifield versus Dustin Jacoby. Alonzo Menifield's 14-3-1, 36 years old, 6 foot with a 76-inch reach, currently sitting at +200. Dustin Jacoby is 19-7-1, currently sitting at -245, 35 years old, 6'3" with the 76-inch reach. So you see Dustin Jacoby's 3 inches taller, same reach. And they're both about the same age, you know, about 3 months apart. So not too many advantages either way. Dustin Jacoby, obviously the height helps, man. This is going to be a good fight. I went back and forth on this. The other fight I'm not confident on to have a guy that's -250, but I'm going to go with Dustin Jacoby just for the fact I think he can keep this fight standing. I think that he can keep this fight at range, man, and use his leg kicks and jab to basically keep Menifield off him, kind of like Ovince St. Preux did, and then just catch Menifield when he comes in. That's what Ovince St. Preux did. Just wait for him to come in with the big shots, hit him with that left hook, dropped him. I don't think that Dustin Jacoby finishes him because Menifield's been, you know, looking a lot better, and he's a durable dude. The Ovince is the only dude that hit him and actually put him out like that. So give me Dustin Jacoby. I'll take him by decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets hit and dropped and rocked or even taken down, man. Menifield may be able to just wrestle Dustin Jacoby. His cardio has been looking a little bit better, so we'll see. But I got to take Jacoby, man. I think that this stays striking, and I think that Jacoby's footwork, jab, leg kicks, the leg kicks are going to be very important, are going to get him the win here. Next fight is in the men's welterweight division. We got Randy Rude Boy Brown versus Muslim Salikov. And, you know, this ain't even going to be really the best fight. I wouldn't bet on this fight at all. I'm going to take Randy Brown with no confidence here, man. I think that he gets beat in the first round. I think that he comes back and wins the second, third, but it's very, very close, and he could lose this fight. Like, I thought he lost against Wellington Turman. I had a bet on him. He could have possibly lost against Chaos Williams. He lost against Jack Della. You know, he could literally be like 1-4, 1-5 in his last 5. So not that impressive. And Salikov, man, he doesn't look that bad. Obviously, he got beat by Nicholas Dalby, and then he got knocked out by Jing Liang. That was a good fight till that happened, but had that win over Fiallo in between. But I just got to go with Randy Brown here, man. He's too much taller. He's got 4 inches of height. He's got 8 inches of reach. I think that he's going to play the outside with the leg kicks, front kicks, stay away from the danger. And I don't really see too much grappling. I know Salikov, he can grapple a little bit. Randy Brown can grapple a little bit. I see him more lower. I don't think either one's really going to be able to take the other one down. So give me Randy Brown in a slow striking match, but I'm not confident in that either. You know, I'd like him by decision, though. He doesn't really finish too many people. If he would, maybe by sub, he's got a couple sub wins. He subbed Worley Alves, and he's got them long limbs, but Solikov's not the most easy guy to finish. You know, only Zhang Liang's done it. Next fight is the women's flyweight division. Let's see. We got Casey O'Neill versus Ariane Lipski. Casey O'Neill is 9-1, coming back after her first loss. She's -210, 5'6" with a 69-inch reach. Ariane Lipski is 16-8, currently sitting at +170. She's 29 years old, 5'6" with a 67-inch reach. I don't know if that's right, because I feel like Casey O'Neill is going to be bigger than Ariane Lipski by like an inch or two. It just seems weird because she seems really big, and Lipski doesn't never seem big in any of her fights. But Casey with the 2-inch reach advantage. I'm taking Casey O'Neill in this fight. I don't think even if this stayed on the feet all 3 rounds, it would be a very close back and forth fight. Ariane Lipski's nowhere near the striker. She's not near as good as Jennifer Maia, in my opinion. She's looked decent in her last couple wins over JJ Aldridge and Melissa Gatto, but I think King Casey can stand with her, and I think that if she gets it to the ground, she's going to finish her. And I think she's going to get it to the ground in that first or second round just from purely trying over and over and over. I think she gets Lipski down, and I think that she's going to finish her just like she's done a bunch of these other girls. I'm going to go with ground and pound because Lipski usually doesn't get subs. She gets ground and pounded out by like Montana De La Rosa and Shevchenko in them. And you see versus Shevchenko, Casey O'Neill, she's ground and pounding her out. She's got a lot of ground and pound wins. So I'm calling Casey O'Neill inside the distance. I feel really, really, really confident on that pick. Next fight is in the women's bantamweight division. We have Irene Aldana versus Karol Rosa. Aldana is 14-7. She's currently sitting at -210, 35 years old, 5'9" with the 68.5-inch reach. Karol Rosa is 17-5, 28 years old, 5'5" with the 67-inch reach. She's +175. And I'm taking Irene Aldana here just because Karol Rosa has been looking terrible in her last couple fights. Like, she looked terrible against Lena, what is her name? Lena Landsberg. She looked okay against Dumont in the 3rd round, but otherwise gave up the first 2 very easily, and then looked okay against Yana Santos. I think this fight stays standing the whole time. I don't think Rosa is going to be able to get no grappling going. I think Irene Aldana is going to land the bigger shots from there. But I'm not confident in either one of these girls' fighting skills because they've both looked terrible lately. So what makes you want to back either one of these girls? You know what I mean? Aldana looked terrible. She didn't even look that great against Macy Chase on before the liver kick. So yeah, man, give me Aldana, but not really confident in that at all. Here is a banger. We got Tagir Ulenbekov versus Cody Durden, man. This is going to be a dog fight right here. Ulenbekov is 14-2, currently sitting at -180, 32 years old, 5'7" with the 70-inch reach. Cody Durden, 16-4-1, currently sitting at +150, 32 years old, 5'7" with the 67-inch reach. Man, I kept going back and forth on this, because I think that Tagir is the more skilled fighter. I think he has the better striking. I like his leg kicks. I like his jab. Like, he uses a stiff 1-2 where Cody's kind of throwing loopy power punches, but he connects, and his striking is good. But I'm picking Cody Durden, man. I got to go with Durden. I got to go with the junkyard dog that's going to stick to a game plan and just wrestle, throw the good strikes. I mean, it's kind of exactly like Tim Elliott did against Tagir. You know, he dropped him in that first round, hit him with a couple decent shots. He won the wrestling exchanges, you know, reversals, everything until the 3rd round when he slowed down. But I can see a little bit of the same here. I can see Durden being able to take the back, get a little bit of control time when it's standing, land some big shots, maybe even get a knockdown or just get Tagir out of his game, you know. And all the wrestling, all that, I think that his cardio is going to hold up like it's been looking like, and I think that he can get a win here. I'm going to say split decision, but you got to be careful. I'm not betting this fight, but you got to be careful that Durden doesn't get caught in one of Tagir's submissions, because Durden has been submitted 3 times, and Tagir, out of his 14 wins, 8 are submission. And you've seen what he did to Nate Maness, man, snatched up. Them Dagestani guys, man, they got that front choke down, ninja chokes, all that stuff, the guillotine, all that. They're deadly. So give me Cody Durden, because he's a crazy junkyard dog, but not confident at all. Like not confident at all. Next fight is in the men's welterweight division. We got Vicente Luque versus Ian Machado Garry. Yeah, man, this dude's he's been in the news a lot lately. But we got Vicente Luque, 22-9-1, currently sitting at plus 285, 32 years old, 5'10" with a 76-inch reach. Ian is 13-0, currently sitting at minus 360, 26 years old, 6'3", 74-inch reach. So you see Ian's 4 inches taller, but Luque has a 2-inch reach. So yeah, man, taking Ian Garry here. He uses his size and his length. And like I said, he might not have the reach in this fight, but his leg reach is what he really uses. That's what they should be measuring, because his legs are long, skinny, and he uses them like his hands. He's hitting you with front kicks, deep kicks, all this jazz. Then he hits you with the power leg kicks. So then when you think it's a leg kick, he's coming up top and giving you that Daniel Rodriguez treatment. So he's very, very dangerous, man. Vicente Luque, we've seen he's got decent wrestling. He got pretty good jiu-jitsu, and he's got pretty good boxing. He throws some pretty good leg kicks too. But man, he was getting like outstruck by RDA in that fight. Landed some of his own good shots, but started wrestling, you know, and his wrestling definitely looked improved, but it was against like a blown up 155er. Sorry, something in my throat and like the biggest breakdown. But yeah, man, I got to go with Ian Garry here. I see this dude fighting for a title coming up. Vicente Luque got his soul stolen from Jeff Neal, man. And Wonder Boy really put a beating on him too, but Jeff Neal really changed him, gave him brain bleed, which was fine. I backed him against RDA because RDA ain't really striking very good these days, but he actually looked like a decent striker against Vicente. So I'm taking Ian Garry here, dude. As long as he doesn't get knocked out, which Vicente is very live for, especially like in that first round, Ian Garry's going to pick that leg apart. His movement and speed are just too much, man. And we've seen Vicente Luque struggle with Nico Price, Randy Brown, Mike Perry, you know, a bunch of different people like that. So I think Ian Garry will be able to, as long as he doesn't get knocked out, will be just fine here. Next fight is in the men's lightweight division. Tony Ferguson versus Paddy Pimblett. Tony Ferguson is 25-9. Currently sitting at plus 285, 39 years old, 5'11 with a 76.5-inch reach. Paddy Pimblett is 20-3, currently sitting at minus 360, 28 years old, 5'10 with a 73-inch reach. So you see Tony Ferguson is going to be the bigger dude by an inch with 3.5 inches of reach. And in this fight, although I do want to go with Tony Ferguson, I got to go with Paddy Pimblett. I know Tony Ferguson's been working out with David Goggins, but dude, that like going back and watching a bunch of his fights, like the reason he's losing his fights is because Tony Ferguson's gassing out these days. Like go watch it. Like he gasses out after the first round. He did it with Chandler. He did it with Dariush. He did it with Bobby Green. He comes out. He's decent striking. He did it with Nate Diaz, but he gassed, you know, more towards the third. But Nate Diaz will do none. But the thing is that he comes out in the first round is looking good. He kind of looks like old Tony Ferguson in the first round of all of his fights. And he comes out in the second round. He's gassed. He gets taken down. He accepts position. He's just tired. He's old. He's took a lot of beatings, man. And yeah, man, I think he wins the first round here. So if you want to live bet something, then live bet Paddy after the first round, because I think Tony's going to win the first round. He comes out, he hits hard, he's in shape with Goggins, but he's going to slow down. And that's the best thing about Paddy's game is the dude's strong and he's got excellent cardio. You've seen against Jordan Levitt. You've seen it against these guys where they come out, Luigi Vendermini, where they come out real hard against Paddy. Levitt was able to take him down, get some control positions in the first round, slow down. Paddy came out in the second, took over and finished him, finished Vendermini in the first round, but he took a whole bunch of a beating, came back and beat him. But I don't think Paddy's a great fighter by any means at all. But at this stage in his career, he's going to get the 40-year-old Tony Ferguson, man. But it's sad, man. It's just sad, man. Next fight is in the men's welterweight division. We got Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Shavkat Rakhmonov, 17-0 with 17 finishes. Currently sitting at minus 550. 29 years old, 6'1 with a 77-inch reach. Wonderboy, 17-6-1, currently sitting at plus 400. 40 years old, 6 foot with a 75-inch reach. So you see Shavkat's going to be an inch taller with 2 inches of reach. I feel like it's going to be more than that when they're in there. I don't know why. Shavkat looks huge in all his fights, and I've never seen Stephen Thompson in the cage. Man, like, he's huge compared to whoever he's fighting. So, but Shavkat, man, I'm going with Shavkat here. He's got the striking to stand with Wonder Boy. Now, if they go all 3 rounds, I'm not saying that he wins, but man, he could win. Like, if you watch the first 3 rounds of Kevin Holland versus Stephen Thompson, like, Kevin Holland had Stephen Thompson rocked a couple times and was doing great. And then Stephen Thompson, when I don't know, I thought he was taking over anyways before Holland broke his hand. But around the end of the third is when Stephen Thompson started taking over. But I made a post on Twitter. If you watch that fight, Kevin Holland took him down in the second and took him down in the third and let him right up, right? And if Kevin Holland's catching you in mid-strike and taking you down, then Shavkat's going to be able to take you down. And when Shavkat takes you down, he's not going to let you up. He's going to beat the brakes off of you and get that 18th finish, man. So I really like Shavkat here because he's not going to get knocked out. Stephen Thompson ain't knocking nobody out, bro. He's got some crazy knockouts early in his career, but he had, besides Kevin Holland's retirement, he hadn't knocked nobody out since look at that, Johnny Hendricks in 2016. So the man has one knockout, which wasn't even a full knockout. It was Kevin Holland quitting in 8 years, which is crazy because this dude has a crazy striker, but he's only got one knockout in 8 years. So I don't think he's knocking out Shavkat. We've seen Shavkat take some coconut bombs from Jeff Neal. So give me Shavkat, man, to have some good striking exchanges with Wonder Boy. But Shavkat's going to come out here and take him down. He tried to take Jeff Neal down and couldn't get Jeff Neal down. But Jeff Neal is super strong, super athletic, and has good hips. Stephen Thompson is not that in the wrestling game. So I think that Shavkat, being the bigger dude, is going to be able to come out here and get Stephen Thompson down. I think he subs him. I mean, we've seen Shavkat on the ground. Shavkat's got 17 wins, I believe 8 KO, 9 KO, and 8 subs. Yeah, 8 KO and 9 subs. So make it number 10 for Shavkat this weekend. But Wonder Boy will fight hard. He will fight hard, but on the ground, it's not going to be good. Co-main event, we got Alexander Pantoja versus Brandon Royval 2. Alexander Pantoja, 26-5. He is the champ, man, the cannibal. Minus 175, 33 years old, 5'5" with a 68-inch reach. Brandon Raw Dog Royval is 15-6, currently sitting at plus 145. 31 years old, 5'9" with the 70-inch reach. So you see Pantoja's 2 years older. Royval's 4 inches taller and 2.5 inches of reach. And this is a rematch, and this is going to be a banger for however long it lasts before Pantoja gets the sub. Dude, Alexander Pantoja is the highest order of junkyard dog you could be because he's a junkyard dog. He's never been finished, and he's highly skilled. Like, most junkyard dogs are just going to be, a junkyard dog, and they keep coming at you. Like Mike Breeden, he's not highly skilled at anywhere. He's just a junkyard dog, and he uses that aggression and that toughness to come forward and get you. Darren Elkins, he's a junkyard dog. He's got wrestling, and he's got a little bit of jiu-jitsu, but he's a junkyard dog because he can't get subbed, and he'll just keep coming at you, but he can get finished. So he's one of the highest order junkyard dog. But Alexander Pantoja, go watch his career. Go watch what he did to Alex Perez. Go watch what he does to all these guys. He comes out and tries to finish you. He's like a small little Shavkat. And the dude can't be finished, man. Knock on wood. I want to set him up, but never been finished. And that's the difference. That's why I'm picking Pantoja, because Royval has been finished. Granted, it's only twice. He can be finished. I think these guys go at it. I think they land some good strikes. I know in the first fight it looked like Pantoja gassed out against Royval and was looking sloppy, and then got the choke in the second round. But he was kind of looking sloppy. But I think that's because he came out and just tried to wrestle like crazy from the opening second. I think this time he can strike a little bit more. You've seen with Moreno, he's got pretty good striking, but then go for the wrestling. Beat up Royval, hit him with some big shots when he thinks you're going to wrestle, and then wrestle him, take him down, and use your jiu-jitsu. Brandon Royval, he's got pretty slick jiu-jitsu, but he doesn't seem that strong. Like, he can be taken down, he can be held down, and I think that Pantoja does that, beats on him for as long as he needs to, and then gets a third round submission. I'm going to say this one goes third round, back and forth, crazy fight. Give me Pantoja to keep his title. Main event time. We got Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. Leon Edwards is 21-3. Currently sitting at minus 170, 32 years old, 6'2" with the 74-inch reach. Colby Covington, 17-3, currently sitting at plus 140, 35 years old, 5'11" with the 72-inch reach. So you see, one of the main reasons I picked Leon Edwards and I bet Leon Edwards is because he's the far bigger guy, man. He's 3 inches taller with 2 inches of reach. He's got good offensive and defensive wrestling. I put that on Twitter and people's like, he doesn't have good offensive and defensive wrestling. Yes, he does. If he fights somebody that's just a good wrestler, that it's a good MMA wrestler like Gunnar Nelson, all these guys, he's going to take him down. He can out wrestle people, you know. And then when he fights these good wrestlers, he can keep the fight standing. Kamaru got him down a time or two, but other than that, he's used wrestling to win a lot of his fights. That size advantage, he's 4 years young, pretty much 4 years younger than Kobe. You know, Kobe hasn't fought in a year and a half, almost 2 years, coming back from getting his jaw broke by getting snuck or whatever by Masvidal. But he's almost 36 years old now. I mean, he's still going to have cardio. He's still going to be all that, but he's not going to be the same Kobe he was at 31, 32 when he's out here going 5 hard rounds with Usman, man. I think Edwards has the game plan to beat these good wrestlers. You know what I mean? He's a big dude, and then he's got the good wrestling. So he's going to be able to stop most of Kobe's takedowns. Even if he gets taken down, he works his way up, because he'll have like 20 takedowns in a fight. That's because his jiu-jitsu ain't the best. You know what I mean? He takes guys down, they get back up, and he'll take them down and keep trying to wear them out. But I don't think he's going to be able to just take Leon Edwards down that many times. Then when they're at space, Kobe's striking isn't terrible, but Leon Edwards has really smooth technical kickboxing. He has excellent leg kicks. I don't know how Kamaru, and that's the third fight, dude, he was tearing up Kamaru's legs, man. And Kamaru just never showed no weakness, but man, he was tearing up his legs. I think he's going to be able to tear up Kobe's legs. I think he's going to hit him with some big shots. I think that he's going to be able to keep this fight standing for 90% of the time, where he's going to win most of the striking exchanges. He may even drop Kobe a couple times. Kobe's been dropped a bunch, man. Usman dropped him a couple times. He got dropped by Woodley. He got dropped by Masvidal. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. I like Leon Edwards. I like him to keep his belt. I think that he's got the championship swag now. He looked a lot better versus Usman in that the third fight. And I'm not doing MMA math, but like, he beat Usman twice, and he showed. And I just think Usman's better than Kobe, because Usman's bigger than Kobe. He's just, you know, he's a bigger human being, and he has better striking, and he's got good wrestling. I know Kobe has a different wrestling where he's like constantly trying to chain wrestle and stuff, but that doesn't matter, man. If you try to a couple chain wrestles and Leon Edwards pushes you off, I just think Leon Edwards it's his time right now. And I like his size. I like the grappling, all that. So give me Leon Edwards. I think he gets it done by decision, because he's not a finisher, and Kobe's not easy to finish at all. But yeah, man, give me Leon Edwards to stay and still, man. I really appreciate everybody coming out, checking out this this fast video. Still 37 minutes because there was 14 fights, but it was like a quick picks. Everybody check out all the links in the description. Like I said, Face Meet Fist, facemeetfist.com, my Underdog Fantasy for the contest, all different kinds of stuff. Me and Johnny will be having our show on Thursday. I'm going to have probably some pretty big news at work too. I'm going to be going on a new work schedule coming up. So maybe I'll get a little more time to because I'll work like Friday, Saturday morning, and then Sunday, Monday night. So it's kind of like it's like a swing shift, but I'll get a day off in the middle, and then I'll be off during the week. And I feel like I'll be able to get a lot more stuff done. And I'm going to a different department and all this stuff. So maybe it'll just be like easier, and everything will be better, because I'm on day shift right now, and I got like the lowest seniority, so I get screwed on everything. So I'm going to be going to like a night shift thing. So, man, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. I appreciate everybody that always supports my channel, leaves cool comments, supports me on Twitter, Instagram. And if you're in this contest for these cards through Underdog Fantasy, make sure you got a Twitter account or go set one up, and then message me or get a hold of me so that I can tag you in the contest on Saturday. So appreciate everybody, man. Good luck, and I will see you guys on Thursday night.